BoDean 52, how are you folks? Yeah, I pulled over just because I wanted to tear down that Bud Light sign and put up the Coors Light sign. Yeah, I know. Look, the reason I really want to talk to you right now is I stopped to put on my music and figure out where I wanted to go, and I turned in the best of country music. What the heck is happening to me? And man, do we change as we grow older. Because I'll tell you what, anymore, I don't like putting up with any... Alright, so if you are under 35, 36 years old, you should not watch this. And you should go to one of my other videos. Maybe, why you should buy a Road King, or, riding in the Smoky Mountains, or something a little cooler or younger than this. But I want to know that it's and I guess when it hit me, a buddy of mine, Jackie Boy is in Pennsylvania, and him and I chat a bunch. Unfortunately, we don't live close, we don't ride as much, but he's does kind of a channel, and I'm going to put a link in the description of that. And he did a video the other day, and it was just him riding, right, into some music. Now, whether you think you want to watch a video with just some music in it or not, and not talking or stopping or anything like that, that's a different story, right? I happen to love it. I mean, I went there because it's him, right? So I wanted to check it out. But he had some great roads, and it was like it was amazing country music. And I'm like, dang it, I'm continuing. I usually go down that road, but let's go down this road. As I was listening to him, I'm like, man, this is cool. It fits. I'm watching the roads. His beautiful bride was in front of him, showing her amazing riding skills. And I am just like, man, this is really cool. And now my wife, this is BoDean, and she grew up in the country. I've always been kind of a city boy. But as I get older, I've changed. Or I'm changing. Continuing to change. And one of those changes, Dewey School Museum, that's pretty cool, is I'm starting to listen to some country music. I don't know what the heck happened to me. I don't know if I fell and hit my head, or what the heck is happening. I'm starting to listen to country music. And Luke Combs, that's it. For some reason, I'm on a Luke Combs kick. And I'm just like, I kind of like this dude, and I like his music. And I'm just like, wow, man, it's amazing as things change when you get older. So let's talk two more things that changes for me. And then I'd also love to get your feedback on this, right? So the second thing is motorcycles. No doubt motorcycles change as you get older. I think you maybe aren't riding the crotch rockets. Maybe you're, getting one of these big old couch sofas that you can just kind of ride around in with your legs up, and really don't have to drive it. It drives itself. It rides itself. I mean, really. So I think motorcycles change a little bit. There's part of me that would like to get a silly bike, and then I realize, as Mrs. BoDean would say, you're not old. That bike's just too young for you. And I'm doing it in my mind. I'm like, what the, are you saying the same thing? She has a way of saying crap that makes me feel okay about it. She must have went to some class or something when she was young and did that. Learned that, They do that. You know that women do that. They have classes like that when they're young on, how to actually say things that make you feel good about it. But you're like, I know I shouldn't feel good, but I do. It's kind of like the class they do with, taking their bra off without taking the shirt off. Never mind. Focus, BoDean. Focus. Focus. So as I get older, I think the bike is a little bit different. I have a big old cruiser. I also have an older Road King. If you're new to the channel, by the way, welcome. This is Duchess, my 2021 Road Glide Limited, and I have Duke, who's a 2000 Road King Classic. Both bikes, which I love. Last week, though, I announced my love for the Road King better than this bike. But we're keeping it a secret. I got my helmet on. The bike can't hear it, so we're okay with that. But, so I think as you get older, I think the bike changes a little bit, right? Obviously, you start having some health problems, some back problems, some knee problems. You may be getting on a trike, or you may be getting on something different. You may have to get a lighter bike, right? All those things change, like country music, when you get older. Now, if you're changing bikes and listening to country music, like BoDean 52 now is, man, oh man, old dogs can learn new tricks. Now, ooh, that's pretty cool. Do I want to go over and take a picture of that? I really do. Is that wrong, going in front of somebody's establishment, just throwing your bike up there and start taking pictures and crap of it? It'd be good for their business, right? The third thing is, do you notice this? And maybe it's just me. Well, let me tell you first the story. So I'm half Canadian, eh? So my father was French Canadian. My mother was from the South, North Carolina. Don't ask me how the heck that happened. But, so I'm, in my mind, half Canadian. And my grandfather, and he was only alive, I don't know, till I was 7 or 8, was an old grumpy guy. Even though my greatest memories of, when you have wrapping paper at Christmas, and you use all the wrapping paper, and you got those, the wrapping paper thingies. We used to have sword fights with those when I was a kid. And my grandmother and my mother used to go, that's just not him. I don't know how you bring that out with him. But I remember going over to their house when I was a kid in Canada. And I remember him used to be able to sit out on the porch. It was one of those much older houses. And he would say, get off my grass. And I'm just wondering if I'm a get off my grass guy. So I will tell you this. I have a game camera in my backyard because I have tons and tons of woods and acreage behind my house that I don't own, by the way. And so I get pets, yard pets, that go by the name, or they're deer, basically, right? So, so lately, my neighbor, I'm all over the place, ain't I? This is all about getting old, so you'll understand. If I forget, you'll understand. You'll go, yeah, I get it. So, I noticed on the game camera that my neighbor took one of those lacrosse goals and he put it in his backyard. Now, he used to only bring it out every now and then in his front yard, which, I'm sure that, people give him a hard time about it. He's a great guy, veteran, has a pool that maybe or maybe not I use when he's on vacation. But don't tell him, please. You don't know him. He'll be okay with it. I mean, I usually replace the propane when we're swimming and using his propane on his grill, but I provide the steak, so really it's a fair deal. But anyway, so I found, that's a long story to get to my grandfather, isn't it? I found on the game camera that these kids will occasionally miss, which puts them in the middle of my backyard, which triggers my game camera. So, holy crap, look at that. When you live in the country, you got this. Oh, that guy waved to me. I'm just doing it for a thumbnail. So I open up the little app. I get beep, 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 beep on my phone. I go, holy crap, there's like 85 pictures in my backyard. And I look at it, and it says kids going back and forth. First of all, the goal was like 30 feet wide, so I'm not sure how they keep missing. Maybe that's why they should be out there practicing. But At some point, I'm sitting in the family room with my wife, and she goes, "What's out there?" I'm like, "It's the kids next door." She goes, "Yeah?" I go, "I want them to get off my grass." And she's like, "Oh my God, really?" And I'm like, "Really, I don't, because all our neighbors are good, so I gotta tell you a story real quick after this, but I'm like, no, I really don't mind that. It does bother me that they take so many pictures, because we do pay for how many pictures you get taken, but I want to know is, when you get older, my point 30 minutes ago in this conversation was, what things make you grumpy now? I put up with less crap from people, and I probably get closer to less people than I ever did. And no offense, but if I can move out in the woods with Mrs. BoDean, have like 20, 30, 40, 50 acres, 200 acres, whatever, and be self-sufficient, well, I wouldn't do that because I need power and all that crap, but, I mean, you get the point, and not be around a ton of people, I would do that. Now, is that because I'm getting older, or is that because I've moved to a big cruiser bike, or is that because I'm listening to country music now? I'm telling you, you folks may be laughing at me. Somebody said the other day on one of my videos, they go, "Dude, we follow you because you're hilarious." And I'm like, I don't think I'm that funny. I think I'm just really, really odd, and you think it's funny, is what it is, really. So, the focus issue thing, yeah, it started off as kind of a little joke and stuff. Now I'm all over the damn place. Now it's focus issues all the time, which can't be my fault. There's no way, right? But I want to know, as you get older, do motorcycles change for you? And if so, how? And you got one or two little quick stories that you could share about something that happened to you that you realized you broke over that line of really not caring and nothing bothering you to go and, I really things don't bother me anymore, but I want that damn kid off my grass. I just want to know. That is it. And you know what? This video may not see the light of day. Oh, by the way, this is a cow farm. I don't know why I like going by here. One is because I like the road, but two, it always smells like crap. And it's weird. If you're in a car or something, you're like, man, it stinks. And by the way, that does stink. But then you're like, when you're riding, you're like, it's cool because that means I'm out in the country. Where are they all? They're probably laying down, which means it's going to rain, So, that is it, folks. If you could give me some feedback while I'm hitting some of these twisties, I would definitely appreciate it. But thanks for checking in. Be safe out there. Turn on some country music. You may like it. Or you may go, dude, you're just old. Be safe. Check on a friend. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, folks.